right, so hopefully you all can see me. Um, so today we're going to talk about just Wealthy Wednesday, how the insurance role actually works, on the commission side and that kind of deal. So, anyways, today is going to be that. So let me prepare some stuff here. So everything that I talk about today is going to be based on my experience, based on what I know. So nothing here is just for entertainment and information only. If you want additional information, you can always reach out to me, send me a DM, or give me a call if you have my number. If not, then just send me a DM. I'll reach out to you. My goal is to do, and what I did a couple of things yesterday, right? Uh, we all upgrade our stuff. We all do different things. So here's one question that I do have for most people, right? Um, One is just out of curiosity, right? How familiar are you with different types of insurance and retirement plans or products, right? So I know there's term life and there's a term life for living benefits. There's a final expense. There's a whole life. There's IUL, so index universal life. There's ULs, universal life. There's VULs. There's annuities. There's all kinds of different products, right? Now, if you do have any of these type of products, how long have you had them? When's the last time you actually went to revisit them and review your policy, right? How old is your policy? How much are you paying for it? Was your main reason you got the policy in the first place, right? It has anything changed since then? Do you feel it's meeting your needs, right, as of today and maybe for the future? You'll be surprised that most people set up plans years ago, years and years ago, through an agent and that agent never reaches out back to them to see how they're doing, just check up on them, that kind of stuff. They never reach out to them to revisit. But your goals, family and finances can always change, right? Or the client's goals. But you never know. You'll never know that if you're just doing transactional business and never reach out to your client to see how they're doing and stuff, right? So again, if you have any questions about any of these products or anything, send me a DM and let's connect, right? I do free consultations now, and if we're able to help out and maybe upgrade what you have, that's great. Otherwise, just leave it where it's at. If you're happy with the product, if you're happy with the service, if nothing has changed in your lifetime since then, leave it alone, right? You don't have to do anything. You don't have to touch it. Just leave it where it's at, and you'll be okay, right? That being said, if you need, to revisit or do anything like that, let me know. I do it all complimentary, all free of charge. All right. So let me pull out some talking points here for us. Um, and I said I was gonna talk more about recruiting today and the way we could compensate and stuff like that. So I am with Experior Financial Group. I've been with Experior for the last year or so. I was with a prior IMO. My goal, as always, is not to talk smack about any other companies, not to say anything bad about any other company or products. I have them all, we sell them all, right? So one thing that with Experior Financial Group, there's many reasons why we moved and made that transition. But number one is the platform's awesome, right? It's a Canadian company. The Canadian company has been around for about 10 years, if not a little bit more, here in the US and Buffalo, New York for the last maybe five or so. Um, and we have about 30 something plus carriers, right? I don't use them all. I use a few carriers for different purposes, right? So we do the final expense, like I mentioned earlier. We have some carriers that are great for final expense. Who needs a final expense policy, that kind of stuff. We do the national, we work with National Life Group, Foresters, Assurity, Mutual of Omaha, AIG, Nationwide, F&G, Transamerica, so on and so forth. So those are the carriers that we use and we work with. So hold on. Let me start this as well. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do both videos. Hold on. Yeah, I'm able to record them both. So here we go, screen share, open. Choose what share you, what suited you. Okay, so I'll go here, I'll go here. Let's try again, share, window. I can share this window. I don't know if I'm sharing now. All right, I think I am. So here we go. So this are the carriers that we use, right? AIG Nationwide, F&G, Transamerica, American Equity, right? North American Corebridge, Athene, Americo, American Amicable, Quantum. There's so many carriers out there, right? I don't try, at least on my end, I don't try to master all of them and be an expert with all. I just pick and choose a few carriers that I feel are good. They're a good fit for my clients. Now they're not, then I'll look for other carriers, right, and learn their products. The best way to go about it is me calling the carriers directly, right? I'm appointed in about 7 different states, so California, Nevada, New Mexico, Texas. I am in Texas, San Antonio. I'm originally from California. And then I have North Dakota, North Carolina, and I'm missing all Louisiana. So that's 7 states. I don't get licenses in other states unless I need it, unless I have a client. If I don't have a client in the state, I'm not getting nothing, right? But again, this is what I do. We do rollovers as well, 401ks, 403bs, or start something fresh, right? Like a Roth IRA, that kind of stuff, right? So we do term life insurance as well. We do permanent life insurance, health insurance plans, wills, trust. We do a lot of stuff, right? So if anybody's actually looking to upgrade, see what they have, see if we can do something better. It can be on the term, on the permanent side, whatever the case might be. Again, I'm not going to talk smack about no carrier. I'm not going to talk smack about any other company or any other product just because I do it all. All right. So now that being said, this is the 5 streams of income that we have. We do personal income, agency ownership, expansion, bonuses, and recurring. So based on what it is that you are interested in, again, you can follow me on YouTube. I'm showing this on YouTube Live as well. Same username. If not, then let me know and I'll send you stuff. If you have any questions on the chat here on TikTok, let me know, and I should be able to answer any of those questions. Right? We are expanding. We are looking for people, agents throughout the U.S. I have about 30, 35 agents throughout the U.S., but we are always looking to train and equip more. There's a lot of people in need out there, right? So as a field associate with the other company, everybody was starting at 30%. Now another company spin off of that, and it's like the prior company plus 5%. It's about 35 maybe, right? So we start everybody at 70, it goes all the way to 115, and so on and so forth, right? Now that being said, based on factor, let's say this is 100% factor, you get 1,890, right? At the lowest contract. The highest contract, you get 3,100 for helping the same client maybe save about 215 different programs, right? It can be a term, permanent, or whatever the case might be. It can be anything, right? Now you get full ownership of your clients, your book of business, your agency, and you get full ownership of the company Experior. You got to hit certain goals though before you get there, and get full ownership of that, and qualify and requalify if that's the case, right? So that's what we do. I think I'm still sharing that. Hold on, where do I go? All right. So I'm gonna go only for a little bit. I'm not gonna go for too long. So did I stop sharing? No. I'm still sharing right here. All right, here we go. So again, that's that, right? Now let's talk about this, right? We're always looking for people, right? On the referral, part-time, full-time. There's no upfront cost, for this, right? Uh, People on the referral can make anywhere between 25 to 100. People on the part-time can make anywhere between 2,000 to 5,000. On full-time, 10,000 plus a month, right? We go through the onboarding. If you're not licensed, you got to get your own license. We'll help you get there. We'll help you get it. And it's super simple, right? You get your license. You got to do, in California, it's a 32-hour mandatory course before taking your license. You can take it before. So if you have, once you pass your course, then you got a certificate of completion where you can go and take the exam. They will not grant you a license in California if you don't get the certificate of completion first, right? You got to be able to pass your exam with a 70% or higher. You got to get fingerprinted. They do DOJ and FBI, just a full background on you, and then you pay for the licensing cost. And that cost will vary based on the state, right? So that's that. Now, here it is, right? We do have a platform fee with the company. The platform fee can be anywhere between $19 license all the way to about $85 with the license, but that one's super simple, right? So, anyways, you get a CRM, you get insurance toolkits, you get a G Suite email, you get a building campaign builder, quoting tools and tools and apps, annuity comparison tools, access to videos 24/7, building financial analysis program, insurance toolkits, and building CRM. So, anyways, you get all of that, right, for that price. Um, so, anyways, I'm going to stop my share there in here, and I just want to talk a little bit more about just different things and stuff. But I've been doing this for 12 years, guys. I'm very equipped and very knowledgeable in terms of products, in terms of services, in terms of just different things, right? I have a few meetings today. My goal is to review policies. If you have a few years left on your policy, maybe a 5 years left, it's time to revisit and maybe upgrade, right? If you got a 10-year, half million, whatever the case might be, it's always time to upgrade. So we upgrade cell phones, we upgrade electronics, we upgrade a lot of things, right? We're always looking for the newest and improved, biggest, better, right? So this is the time to actually do it, especially if you are healthy. People want to get into different stuff or into insurance program once there's something wrong with them. When their health is not the best. Uh, Once they're not as healthy, but usually for this you got to be healthy to get approved, and anybody can actually get approved. To be honest with you, do you need to be a U.S. citizen or a resident? Not necessarily. You can get insured with an ITIN, right? And again, there's all kinds of different things. Not every product is built the same. Every product is built a little bit different. So make sure you get the right one for you and your family, and based on you and your family's needs. So if you need changes, make sure you update your your programs as well, your policies. All right. So again, we do everything that has to do with term, right? Term policy. And the best thing about term policy is very affordable, right? 20, 30, $40, you can get somebody approved. $500,000 depends on health and age, right? And those are easier to keep long term, right? They don't have any cash value, no cash accumulation, but you have peace of mind, right? On the 401ks, 403bs, the rollovers, I actually have clients that have earned 17%, 12%, 13%. So it's not too bad, right? It's a great thing. So now the term or the permanent insurance, there's all kinds of different permanent insurance. Don't get misled by people who don't know much about them. They know the industry, but they only know one product, right? Term, and that's all they know. I know them all. I know term, permanent, final expense, you name it, right? And I can tell you from experience again that it can be a good program. Depends on when you get it and how much you contributed to it, right? I seen those grow 12%, 13% on my personal plans. 13% is not bad. 12% is not bad without any other market risk. I'll take that all day long. All right. Again, the terms are very basic, and we do them all. Right. Are you looking for upgrades on your term? Looking for upgrades on your or review on your permanent? 'Cause I don't touch permanent. If they're good, structured correctly, making some progress in there, I will not touch it. Right. If it's a right program for you, why? Just a couple of things, right? There's a bunch of surrender fees in the early years. On the back end is really nice, but if it needs to be upgraded, if it's not set up correctly, we can definitely do something about it. Otherwise, I will not touch it. I'll leave it alone, right? Especially if it comes from one of our carriers, I wouldn't do anything. Even if you ask me, let's move it. Even with current clients, right? If they ask me to write a certain policy and I don't agree with it and they want it, they got to twist my arm to be able to do it. Uh, but anyways, that's I've been doing this for again 12 years, and we're always looking for growth. We're always looking for people, right? Um, so anyway, let's see if I have anything else here. All right. Uh, hold on. So term life is somewhat like renting. That's what it is. You're renting the product for now, and yeah, you can't predict the future, but you can prepare for it, right? We never know when that's going to happen. All right. Um, so yeah, I mean that's it. So again, the term it just provides coverage for a specific period, maybe 10, 20, 30 years. And the main purpose for is for protection, uh, protects for income, protects your income, pays out debt, and replaces lost income, right? Um, Premiums are fixed on the term policy, lower than any permanent life insurance out there, right? Most people ask about that benefit, right? How will my family receive it? Well, it's all tax-free payouts to beneficiaries. Now they reinvest it, or it depends on what they do with it. They might pay taxes on whatever it is that they do with it, in the future. But that's a conversation for later. Can you convert the terms? Yeah, you can convert them within a certain amount of time. Um, can be converted for a later, but it's going to cost more. It's just going to cost more, and they have renewability as well. Some allow renewals after term at a certain time, and again, it's going to be at a higher price as well. So the most common terms are 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Uh, and they're always meant to match your client needs and goals, right? Either for to protect the mortgage, to protect college for the kids, or other needs, right? It just all depends. This is ideal for someone that's young, a young family just starting out. Maybe just purchase your brand new home. It's a new house, or you have a business venture, business owner that needs to protect the business, protect the family. Um, and it's meant mostly for literally, I'll say everybody, right? Whether you're the breadwinner or not, you got to protect, right? Even I have stories where the wife is a stay-at-home mom, then something happens to her, passes unexpectedly, and now the husband needs to take time away to actually take care of the kids, take care of the household, right? Now there's no money coming in, so that prevents that as well. So it's for everybody, right? Not just breadwinners. Um, so that being said, you know, most plants are very affordable, and you can get very large coverage on the term with very little money, monthly. It will cost you less than a cup of coffee. How about that? Right? You have peace of mind during the key financial years, and then you can layer out policies later on. You can get more as you need, right? Um, so anyways, I think I'm up. I said I was gonna just talk for a little bit. I've been here for about 20 minutes. So I'm gonna end my stream here and I'm gonna stay live on TikTok, but I'm gonna end it here on YouTube. If you want to follow me, guys, I'm on YouTube Live. I'll be talking about this stuff, very frequently. I'm gonna do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and uh, I like that. Eminem, that's actually me and my wife's nickname, Eminem. Her name's Maritza.